Sarah.
And I'm David. And we're talking about Survivor.
New season!
Yes, new cast, new twist.
Right.
All sorts of new things. They are always doing something new every single season.
Every season they tell us they're changing the game forever.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes it's more successful than others.
Yes, exactly.
But this time it's the edge of extinction, which we have learned a little bit more about, finally.
Yes, so this edge of extinction is apparently another island, a separate island.
Right.
That comes into play after you've been voted out.
Yep.
So
you
that's
go to
interesting.
live there after you're voted out, and you're going to be pushed further than
the edge of extinction.
Exactly. You might die.
I mean, I hope you don't die.
Yeah, right. But they're going to push these people further than they've ever been pushed before, of course.
For the chance to return to the game.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Interesting. Now they've sort of done something a little bit similar. It reminds us of...
a long time ago.
Yeah, reminds me of Redemption Island, right?
So long ago. And in that case, they were competing with other people who had been voted out. So,
right.
So it's not clear for the edge of extinction if they're doing something by themselves to get back in.
Yeah.
Or if they will be competing with other people voted out. Like that's obviously
and
not
how
clear
many
yet.
people are going to come back in.
Right.
They didn't say that. I mean obviously it's not going to be a lot.
It's always tricky when somebody gets the opportunity to come back.
Yeah.
I would hate to be on any show where I have voted somebody out.
Yeah, right.
And then
they
walk
come
again.
back?
Right.
No. Goodbye. I already sent you home.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
And I also feel like it's kind of this reality TV trope at this point. Like it happens on a lot of shows.
Right.
I don't know that I've ever seen someone who comes back actually win. Like, has that ever happened? I don't know. It just it's such a severe handicap to have already been voted out. I don't know how you win a show.
Yeah, and sometimes it's frustrating, especially Big Brother. Hello, we know too much about Big Brother.
Right.
But those people are usually the first person to get voted back out of the house.
Yes.
So it's annoying that it sort of pauses the game because no one can focus on anything other than the person who just got back into the game. So I don't know that it's beneficial.
Yeah.
But obviously if it's somebody I love that just got voted out, I'm just like,
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if Kelly Wentworth goes to the edge of extinction, I'm going to want her to come back.
Well, and talking about, how did you just phrase it, of like getting that chance, but then they're still the target. We've got 4 returning players who are going to be targets from day 1.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know why you return, except that I want you to return.
Right.
But also, why would you return?
Yes. So they've got these 4 people, and they've split them. We know there are 2 tribes. They've already broken the group into 2 tribes, and there are 2 returners on each tribe.
On each tribe. So we're going to go through the cast and talk about, obviously, the returning players as well.
Yeah.
To get us prepped for the premiere!
Yes, which is this Wednesday.
Yes, it's starting this week. Okay. Yes. First tribe is Manu.
Yes.
I'm assuming is how we say this. Manu has Dan the War Dog Silva.
Okay, yes. So Dan's 38. He's former military. Now he's a law student. So going to school a bit later in life. Yeah. He's a little older than the other students he goes to school with. Yeah. And he said that he wants to sort of play up the military and sort of keep a secret the law side. Okay, smart.
Trying to come across as just like
maybe a meathead type.
And not give away that he might have some brains as well.
And he has, I read the online bios on the CBS site. Sarah saw some videos, so we'll probably have a little bit different perspective. But he said he won like a Bronze Star medal in Afghanistan during his military service, so that's huge. Yeah. But he just sort of struck me as like a love him or hate him type. Like, people are not gonna not care about him. They're going to feel strongly one way or the other.
Right. Yeah. He's got that sort of New York accent, and those people either rub you the wrong way or you love it. Yeah. And his nickname is the War Dog, and that's just kind of annoying to have a nickname like that. So like I feel unless you're actually in war, which he was.
True.
So
yes.
At that time, I get it.
Yes.
I don't know about on the edge of extinction.
Right. Yeah.
He does want to make people laugh, so if he can do that, great.
That's gonna endear you to folks.
If you keep your brains a secret and you make people laugh, he might just stick around for a while.
Yep.
Chris Underwood.
Chris.
He is a district sales manager.
From South Carolina.
Now, he's one that seemingly has it all.
Yeah.
Which will put him on people's radars pretty quickly.
100%.
Yeah.
He was talking in his bio about he knows how to fish, he knows how to cook, he's building shelter, like he's got all of those like really crucial camp skills.
Yes.
Which will make him an asset early on. People will want to keep him around for those reasons.
Right.
But eventually that might come back to bite you.
Yeah, he also, besides being sort of this physical, helpful person, he has that salesman mentality where he can kind of get you on board, and I think it won't take people long to realize, oh, he's dangerous.
Yeah, and there are a few people on this cast who I was sort of got the sense that they were going to be like strong leader types.
Yeah.
Take charge,
yes.
maybe boss people around, and he's one that I've got my eye on because I'm not sure how well he can play with others.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keith Sowell, I think we pronounce that.
Okay.
He's the youngin'.
Yes, 19 years old. He's the youngest black castaway ever.
Pre-med student.
Yeah, at Duke.
Now, he emphasized that he had already sort of overcome things.
A lot.
Comes from an area that wouldn't expect you to be pre-med at Duke.
Right.
So not only is he young, he's sort of been a hustler and gotten himself further than he imagined.
Yeah, right.
That's interesting.
Yep.
He said he actually wants to play up his age. He wants to use it to his advantage.
Okay.
Whereas we've seen some young players before be like, I don't want people to know how young I am. You know, want to get that respect. But he's like, no, I want them to think, oh, I'm the kid. Let me take the kid under my wing and see if he can use that to his advantage.
Yeah. And I mean, he does have this amazing story. Like he talked about, he grew up in a trailer and just really had to kind of fight his way to the top. He talked about taking the PSATs and he didn't even know what it was.
Right.
You know, he really has come from virtually nothing and made a lot for himself.
Oh my God, going to Duke?
Yeah, huge. Woo. But I think he has to play that down and not reveal too much because towards the end, if he makes it that far, if people know you have a great story, they do not want to be sitting next to you in the finale.
No.
So you got to save that story till the very end.
Yes. Don't reveal too much about that. Just be the kid.
Yeah.
Rick Devens.
Uh-huh.
He's a morning news anchor.
Yes, right. 33 from Georgia, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He seemed interesting. He's an Eagle Scout, so he's got some of this, like, I can do things outside.
Right, yeah.
But I thought the whole being an anchor and, like, used to interviewing people, like, I think he's gonna talk to people, ask questions about them, get to know each person. I think that's a skill that's useful on this game.
Yeah, and I think, you know, to be a morning news anchor, you have to have a certain level of charisma, so I think he'll be likable. Right.
He had a good sense of humor, it seemed like, and he was self-deprecating.
Yeah.
He made a joke about the dad bod.
Yeah.
So even if he is physically adept, he doesn't look like it, which helps you stay under people's radar, stay off the radar. Right?
In his bio online, he cited his inspirations in life are Stephen Colbert and Stephen King. I was like, all right, it's, you know, but then, like, good, weird, oddball answers like that might make people be like, you're fun. I want to keep you around.
Right. I'm interested to see if he actually is physically capable.
Yeah.
You know, being an Eagle Scout sounds good on paper, but I don't know.
Right, and presumably he became an Eagle Scout a long time ago.
Oh,
so,
wow,
like, have you used those skills since?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Wendy Diaz.
Okay, yes.
Small business owner.
Right, pretty young, too, right? Is she 25?
Something like that, in her 20s.
Yeah.
She loves the outdoors. Okay, we all do. Says she's cunning.
Yes. She did strike me as kind of scrappy. Right? And you sort of have to be if you're like an entrepreneur, small business owner type.
Right.
So she probably, you know, knows how to really work hard and will do whatever she needs to do to, like, get to her goal.
Right. But she doesn't appear to be, you know, a physical threat. And she said she wants to sort of play up being dumb, and she's kind of giggly anyway. Yeah. So if she does try to play that up, I don't know if that's gonna just annoy people or if they're gonna be like, okay, we don't have to worry about her, and she sort of slips by.
Yeah, the ditzy thing can work, but if you are annoying ditzy, then people are gonna want to get you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reem Daly.
I love her.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think she's 46.
Yeah.
She said one of her hobbies is neighborhood security. And I'm obsessed with that. I don't know what that means.
Wait, is she just spying on her neighbors? Yeah. She's just a nosy neighbor.
Keeps that neighborhood safe.
Who's in everyone's business.
Yeah. She is a mom, and she says that she is honest to a fault sometimes. That could be a problem.
Right, you have to know when to...
Yeah. I mean, we remember Natalie from last season, okay? She was also honest to a fault.
I can't imagine we'll ever see another Natalie.
Yeah, true. Yes, she was one of a kind, for sure.
I thought this was interesting because she said you shouldn't go in with a strategy. People who come in with a strategy thinking they're going to be the mastermind, it's obvious, and then people boot you out.
Okay.
But she said, so her strategy is to not get voted out. So maybe that makes her adaptable?
Sure.
I don't know.
I mean, that's a decent strategy. You know, that's the goal, to not get voted out.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, so many people you hear over and over again, these contestants say they came in with a strategy, and then once you get there, it all goes out the window.
Yeah.
So, you know, why bother coming up with some elaborate strategy in advance that you know is going to change once you get there?
I did like this about her because she seemed realistic about herself. She was talking about sort of walking away for a moment and not speaking your mind, and she was like, you got to be patient.
Yeah.
And then she said, which is a gift she does not have. So the fact that she knows she has to work on that, but of course that means she's not going to be able to do it all the time, and we're going to get to see it.
Exactly, and that's going to make great television.
Yeah. Lauren O'Connell.
Another young-ish one, right?
Yes.
21.
Just graduated from Baylor.
She was on the Baylor soccer team.
Where she was an athlete there. So that's great.
Yeah.
She seemed like one of those that also kind of has it all. She seems like she's social and friendly.
Yeah.
Although it wasn't clear to me if she was going to be able to be friends with the girls.
Oh, okay.
That was just the vibe she gave off. So that's what I'm going to watch.
Yeah.
But she seems like she's going to play well, which worries me that she'll be on, you know, people's radars really quickly.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's exciting to, you know, you always want females who can be physical threats. You don't want the men to just dominate in the physical competition. So it's fun to see athletes like this on the show.
Yeah.
She seems like a student of the game.
Yes.
Like, her bio was very extensive on the website. She clearly is, like, in that mode of, like, writing cover letters and, like, you know, updating that resume in very professional language and all that stuff. The other thing I noticed in the bio was that she called out Kelly Wentworth, and she said that she admired Kelly's gameplay. So I'm like, okay, once she sees that Kelly Wentworth is in the game, is she going to try to align with her? Or is she going to be like, you got to go, because I'm trying to play your game.
And they're on the same tribe. So Kelly Wentworth is our first returnee to talk about who is on this tribe.
You all know I love Kelly Wentworth.
Yes, remember?
Yes, I did not see her first season, but we saw her on Second Chances.
This is her third time, you guys.
Yeah.
And she has played well.
Yeah, she made it to day 38 on Second Chances.
I mean, you guys, I don't know if I showed up on Survivor for whatever reason. Don't ever let me do that show.
Yeah.
But if I were on it and one of my favorite players shows up, what do I do?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know. I mean, you see both sides of it a lot of times. Like, you see people who are like, they have to go.
Yes.
Like, she made it to day 38. There's no way.
No way.
She, like, you know, she's famous for that tribal council where it was like 9 votes for Kelly Wentworth and none of them counted because she played her idol. Like, when you have a moment like that, a lot of people don't want to trust you. But then there's another group of people who will totally fan out over you. And we see it on Big Brother a lot with returners.
Right.
For some reason, they always talk about, we got to get them out, but then they just want to work with them because there's a certain amount of wisdom that they have, I think.
When you love the idea of, she can protect me.
Yeah.
I'll work with her. She already knows the game. And I'll just be like under her wing of safety.
And also she's a little bit of a shield, right?
Yeah.
Because Kelly's probably gonna be a target for a lot of people, so you maybe want to keep her around so that people aren't paying attention to you.
Now the upside is both tribes have 2 returning players, so it's not like they're the one target. There's another person that can be an ally with, another target. It'll be a little confusing. So on this tribe, it's David Wright.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Now,
adorable.
I didn't see his season.
Yes, you did.
No, I skipped Millennials Gen X for some reason. I don't know. I didn't watch that season.
We didn't do this for sure.
No, we didn't.
What?
I know. So I just totally like missed that season, which is so stupid, but...
Is that for real?
Yeah.
We didn't do this?
We did not review for Nerdtainment.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
I loved that season.
Yeah, well, tell me about David.
And he is a neurotic, great person. Similar to Mike from last season. They're both writers in the industry. David is out here in LA.
Yeah.
And he is in his head, analytical. He is kind of similar to Aubrey, which we'll talk about because she is returning as well. But the 2 of them are similar players.
Yeah.
Where they're analytical. neurotic, little crazy, and, you know, not super competitive physically.
Yeah, and see, I was surprised because I saw that he made it to day 38 on his season, almost all the way, but I was shocked to see him call out his own OCD, his own paranoia. I'm like, if you're like that, how did you make it so far? You know, like, that's impressive.
Oh, overall, these 4 returning players, I felt like someone consulted me. I'm like, yes, these are the 4 I want to see back. There's actually more I want to see back. But these 4 are great returning players. You're going to love him, David.
I'm excited.
Okay, next tribe.
Next tribe. So this one is called Comma?
I'm going to say it's Comma for now until we hear someone else pronounce it. But Gavin Whitson.
Okay, yeah, so he's a YMCA program director from Tennessee.
He's a super fan.
Okay.
So he's got that sort of, that's the way super fans think, which I like.
Yep.
He also has a great country accent, so people are not going to take him seriously in the beginning.
And he seemed really sarcastic in his written bio. Seems like he, you know, might try to make people laugh a lot. Yeah, good sense of humor.
His wife, they were supposed to get married, like, while he was on Survivor. He got accepted into Survivor, and they pushed up the wedding. And got married right before he left for Survivor.
Oh, okay.
So I actually am just more excited about his wife, because that's badass. She's awesome. And I hope he makes it to the family visit so that I can see her, and because I just want to be like, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, who says, yeah, sure, honey. Yeah. Let's change our wedding.
Right. Or to move it earlier.
Yeah. She's awesome.
Yeah. He also mentioned in his online bio that he wants to prove to his mom that he won't be the first one eliminated.
Oh no.
Yikes, I hope that's not foreshadowing. Yeah, right. And then he mentioned Joe, that he likes Joe's game.
Oh my god, and they're on the same.
Yeah.
Look
at that.
This is not by accident. There was a team of producers who makes this happen.
Yeah.
Ron Clark.
All right.
All right, guys.
Okay, so Sarah knows Ron. I am not familiar with him, but
okay, the Ron Clark story, you guys, Matthew Perry. Hello, am I the only one who saw this movie?
You might be.
Okay. Ron Clark is semi-famous. I mean, I doubt anyone's gonna know him on Survivor unless somebody else in their interview said they loved the Ron Clark story and they put them on the same tribe. Who knows? Ron Clark had a 15 Minutes of Fame 7-8 years ago. He was a school teacher in North Carolina, decided he'd drop everything to go teach at a Harlem school, underprivileged students in Harlem who are not really getting the chance. Their test scores were low, and he was like, I want to go there and make a difference. And he did. He ends up winning Teacher of the Year, like nationwide, whatever. Huge thing. And then Oprah had him on. I went back and watched the Oprah clip because I was like, oh my god, I'm reliving all of this. They made a Lifetime movie about, or a TV movie about it, and he has since written a book, and he has his own school now.
Yeah, now he's got the Ron Clark Academy in Atlanta. And...
So I don't know that this helps you at all on Survivor, but he's obviously motivated, and if he can look at the other people on the show as the students that he had to work so hard to make them trust him and like him, because those students didn't want anything to do with this like white guy from the South. So he had to relate to them and befriend them to teach them. Can he do that with these people? Or is he gonna just be like, this is my classroom?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in charge.
He seemed like a lot, just from reading the written bio.
He is a lot.
So he's gonna need to reel that in a little bit, I think. Cause you know, if you're the founder of like an academy that's success and you're on Oprah, you gotta be big, right? You gotta like motivate people and like be a big personality. You need to like tone that down a little bit, I think. And he also said that he is a really sore loser, can turn into a villain in competitions, and he referred to himself as a mean girl, which I loved. Yeah. And those are not great qualities.
Those are not great qualities. Yeah, I'm fearful that he's gonna like get on the island and be like, do you know my story? I'm Ron Clark, and I was on Oprah, and then he's a mean girl, and I don't know, it might just go downhill real fast.
Yeah. And I think it's also, you know, last season we had Mike in the finale, and and he just was a successful Hollywood writer, and people are not really feeling awarding $1 million to people like that.
No.
So I think if you come in and you're like, I was on Oprah and I'm famous, people are gonna be like, well, there's no way you're winning then, because you don't need this money.
No, I would keep that such a secret. I wouldn't tell anyone if I were him.
Unless he frames it as like, this $1 million is going into my school, it's gonna change more kids' lives, things like that. But it's tough. To come on as like a noted person.
Right. Eric Halfman. Okay. Or something to that sort.
Yeah.
Now, talk about stories, these people's stories. This guy has a good one. I suspect we will see packages about this guy's story. He's a firefighter.
Yes.
He's a husband, dad of 2. One has special needs.
Yes.
He just seems to have it all.
Yeah.
He's going to be a physical help, but then a threat.
Yeah, right.
He seems, you know, kind, not too pushy or controlling. So I think people are gonna like him and then be like, oh crap.
Yeah, right. Wait.
He's got a good story. Oh no.
Why didn't we get him out earlier? One of those things. Yeah.
Yes.
And he knows, like, he seems like he's got a good mind for strategy. He's going in knowing that he says in his bio, every moment in Survivor matters. Like literally every conversation, you have to be playing the game at every moment. That's a good frame of mind to go in with.
Yes.
And like you said, clearly he's going to be capable physically. You know, who knows if he'll try to downplay that at first. I think he would be smart too, but he's pretty easy on the eyes.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, he seems to have it all.
Yeah.
Julie Rosenberg.
Yeah, Julie.
She's interesting. She's 46. This is our second one that's about 46.
Yeah.
She has been applying for 17, 18 years, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. And is now 46 though, so it's like she finally gets on, but I'm sure she's not where she wanted to be.
Totally. She's like, I wish I were 30 and doing this. Like that would be nice.
Yeah.
But she's a toy maker
on Etsy.
She seems like crafty, holistic. She does yoga. She's gluten-free. Like it, you know, she's kind of.
Is there gluten on the island?
Does rice have gluten? I don't think it does, so I think she's good there.
Oh boy.
But yeah, she just sort of seems, I think maybe she might be like the hippy-dippy archetype that, you know, you sometimes see on these shows.
She had mentioned that like within the last year, she started working out and living a healthier lifestyle, which I don't know if that helps now that she's gonna be on the island. Yeah. She is probably not gonna come across as any sort of target at first, but I don't know how well she'll do, you know?
Yeah, and she was very family oriented in her answers in the bio. She brought up her husband, her kids, her dog. Like, I think she's gonna miss home. She's gonna be like one of those people who really has a hard time being away from the family.
But she's been trying for this for so long, so it's gonna mean so much.
It's like literally a lifelong dream for her to be on Survivor. So, you know, hopefully she can kind of set aside, you know, the homesickness of it. And it would be great to see, you know, it's great when a super fan comes on and it does well. So that would be fun to see.
It's so interesting because most of the contestants these days aren't necessarily super fans, but they've all watched the show. Yeah. Because the show's been on for so long. That just about everyone has been like, I watch it a lot. Yeah. Aurora McCreary. She seems like an interesting one.
Yeah, 32, a divorce lawyer.
Divorce lawyer.
Which I love. I bet she's got some good stories.
I mean, lawyers are good on this game because they can talk and manipulate and maneuver and twist things and you don't always see it coming.
Yeah, right.
I think that's a good skill. But she seemed like she was talking about how she'd flirt with guys even though she's gay. Okay. Is what she said. Yeah. So she's open to using some cunning skills.
Yeah. I wonder if she's gonna keep the gay thing quiet.
She said after telling them I'm gay, I will flirt with people. Oh. So it doesn't sound like it's gonna be a secret.
Okay. I mean, you can, you know, people flirt in a non-romantic way. Of course.
Sure, whatever you gotta do.
She seems no nonsense. Yes. Like, she said that she hates people who play the victim. She hates homophobes. She hates slow walkers. Like, she's got a lot of pet peeves.
Oh, I hate slow walkers, too. Goodness.
So she seems like one who potentially a villain, I think. She seems ruthless.
Yeah, she had a lot of great coming at you qualities, but that can be a lot. I didn't see a softer side to her, you know? I don't know if she can relate. I don't know that she's going to be loyal, you know? She's just going to be looking for that next, like, angle.
Yeah, but that'll make for some good moments if she lasts a long time.
Right? Yeah. Victoria Monday? Maybe? Monday?
Okay. 23, from the Bronx. She's a waitress.
She looks like Pippi Longstocking to me.
Yeah.
She had like the freckles. Very cute.
Yeah.
Says she's from a big, loud family, so thinks that like being on this island would be like her big, loud family.
Look, I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that she has a loud family because she's from the Bronx, right? Like this is the land of like Cardi B. Like I think she's gonna have a very strong personality. And she is, you know, she's 23. She said she's been watching this since she was a kid.
Right. Grew up with it.
Yeah. She was valedictorian in college. She said on the bio. So she's got some smarts going for her, so that could work out.
Yeah, I mean, she's not gonna look like a threat.
Yeah.
So if she can get along with people and seems to be useful, she'll just slip through there and we'll see if she is actually playing the game.
Yeah.
Julia Carter.
She's a medical assistant, 24.
She's on the younger side, but she has a great story too.
Yeah.
She's a super fan, has been watching the show, thinking like a super fan.
Yeah.
Her father died when she was young. She was raised by a single mother who was in the military, often on deployment.
Crazy.
This girl's gonna get some packages.
Oh, yeah.
And then if she makes it far, that's a great story.
100%. And she said in her bio that she would use the money to help her mom and sister. So, hello. That's the kind of thing that people are dying to give you $1 million to do, right?
Exactly.
And she also is one, like Keith, earlier we were talking about, you know, he overcame so much. She said she's the first in her family to graduate college. So she has, like, achieved a lot when, you know, maybe the odds were against her.
Yeah.
What I love is that they put Julie and Julia on the same tribe.
Oh.
And you know how, like, they don't really know how to spell each other's names?
Yes.
I'm like, is someone gonna, like, fumble and like write the wrong name? Like the producers better tell them to be careful with the E and the A at the end of these names if they're ever like
targets. If I were one
of
them, I'd be like, guys, this is my name.
I'm Julia.
Don't vote for me if you don't mean to.
Right.
That's so funny. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I thought she was adorable and charming, and if she is a really good super fan, she could go far.
Absolutely.
Okay, now our returning players.
Right.
Joe,
look. Joe doesn't have a chance. No! I'm sorry. People know way too much about him. He won so many idols, back-to-back individual immunity idols on Second Chances,
third time that he's playing.
Yeah.
On Second Chance, he barely had a chance.
Yes.
Like, they were already like, no, Joe's here.
They're dialed in.
Are
they
you
have your number.
Me? The third time, you will be the first one out.
Right.
If possible.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, who keeps Joe?
I know.
Now, he said he has to sort of revamp. He knows that he has to play differently. He actually alluded to like maybe having to lie more, playing a little dirty, to be a little different because he knows he has to fight to stay.
Absolutely. And there's no way, like some of these other people who we are getting the sense that they're physical, but we don't know them, right? So they could just fall off and get out of these challenges, and maybe people are like, oh, well, they're not as athletic as I thought. Everybody knows how athletic Joe is. There's no hiding that.
Right.
So he's at a severe disadvantage, I think.
And he's on the team with Aubrey.
Yes.
Now, Aubrey's gonna know exactly who he is.
Yep, and this is also her third time playing.
Yes, these people keep coming back. And everyone, I mean, I feel like everyone knows Aubrey. Aubrey had that great story of like melting down on day 1 or 2, whatever it was.
Gosh,
And we're like, oh, what's going on?
You're not gonna last.
And then she like basically almost wins.
Yeah, she made it to the finale.
I don't know. If I saw Aubrey, I would get her out so fast.
Yeah.
I don't think I would even risk trying to play with her.
Yeah. Now, one thing I didn't know about Aubrey until I read this bio was that she's into astrology.
Oh, that's fun.
And I don't know if you all know, but Sarah's also into astrology. So I wanted to get your take on what her astrology sign is. She said she's a Scorpio sun, Sagittarius moon, and Gemini rising.
I love it. I too am a Sagittarius moon. I bet Aubrey and I would be very good friends.
Okay.
We would get along. You would get along with her too.
Great.
Scorpios, though, are known for knowing what they want, going after what they want intensely, and if you get in their way, they will cut you down. that is a major Scorpio trait, so I can see that in her.
Yeah.
Coming back for a third time.
Yeah.
She's like, I want this.
She's like, I haven't won yet, so.
Get out of my way. And we did see, like, Aubrey is smart, and if you were going to work against her, she worked to get you out. So that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Geminis are also very sociable and versatile, like they can sort of adapt.
Yeah.
And that's useful in Survivor.
Yeah. And she was on, so her second season was Game Changers, and she did pretty well that season. She made it pretty far, even though she had made it to the finale of her original season.
Yeah.
So that was great. And I think in Game Changers, she just kind of found herself on the wrong side of alliances a couple of times. I don't think she necessarily played poorly, but.
Right. She's not going to play poorly.
Yeah.
My question is, does she align with Joe?
Right.
I feel like the two on each team returning have to work together. If they can't, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
That's my theory. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out.
Yep.
Well, I'm excited.
Me too.
I mean, every season they tell me it's gonna, you know.
Yeah, we're changing the game forever.
And it doesn't always work out. But even when you lose the themes and you get to the nitty-gritty of it, it's always exciting.
Yeah. I mean, the last season of Survivor was amazing. It was such a good season.
So good.
It's hard to live up to that, but I've enjoyed every season of Survivor I've seen, so I know it's going to be fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I am open to learning all of these people's stories and seeing how they actually play.
Right.
It premieres this week, so we will be back later this week with our episode 1 reaction. We'd love to hear what you think about this cast, who you're rooting for.
Yes, share your thoughts below, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.